because of
Exactly.
disabilities or those kinds of things.
Right.
So they may be homebound.
That's so true. That's very important. Go ahead.
There's also a different type of, there's an opportunity for some anonymity.
Yes. Yes, and you guys, y'all scholars in the audience, we're going to cover that too. So thank you for your input. Thank you. So the next part, we're going to talk about what is the description of counseling and technology advanced world, where you might have a couple of different terms that you may hear depending on what association you're a part of. I put distance counseling as first because the American Counseling Association, that's what they recognize counseling as, using electronic modes of delivery. Technology assisted counseling, that comes from the American Mental Health Counseling Association, then e-therapy, and then telemental health counseling. So these are just a few terms, but they're primary for these associations where you might hear the differentiation, but just the overall definition, is basically counseling approach using best practices through traditional counseling and to adapt, using different delivery modes to clients via electronic means. Okay? Okay, so this is some of the distance counseling modalities. You may have telecounseling, and that's primarily where people use their phone to have telephonic sessions via phone primarily. Then you have secure email communication. A lot of times we may do an assessment to just do their screening intake via email. And then chat. Chats, you can do it via a chat program, and it's just right through where you have the internet, of course, that you would need in order to chat back and forth. Or, even text messaging chat form, you can use that way. And then video conferencing. That's significant because even though it's in distance counseling, a lot of clients might need that face-to-face to be able to see who they're talking to, even though it's distant. So that's a good modality as well to provide distance counseling. Okay, the next thing we'll talk about is the therapeutic approach / best practice that we use. It's important when you're talking to or trying to consider a client for distance counseling that you go through a screening process so you can see if they're appropriate fit for it. And some of the things that you need to consider is the client's expectations. Like what are they looking for? Are they looking for that nonverbal connection that they can get through face-to-face versus a different form of distance counseling? And some through screening, that's important to look for before you just offer out and say, well, we have this distance counseling option for counseling services. Another one is the level of comfort. We all know that everybody has different levels of comfortability when they are in counseling. It's already sometimes anxious for a new client. And so to take away that nonverbal or physical presence, sometimes it can create a level of uncomfortability. So when you're screening them, it's important to ask how comfortable are they, using that. And then some potential risk. When we do our screening process, we ask, have you ever had any suicidal or homicidal thoughts? You want to be able to rule out any potential risk because they might not be a good candidate for distance counseling. And then also, you want to consider the geographical distance in relation to any emergency facility because for whatever reason, they might have a body attack or anything like that. And we want to be able to know that they have a location that they can go to for emergency services. And also just the competency and the efficacy of their support. We often ask the question, do you have a support system? What does that look like? Do you have friends, close family members? And that's good also just to know so that you know that they have another physical support when they're dealing with their issues in addition to just speaking to a counselor via distance counseling. And then the competency of technology. Of course, we want to know whoever our client is, that they are able to be, techno-savvy per se, being able to utilize the computer or utilize their telephone And then also,